Welcome everybody to game number 2, the best of 3 match series between LGShew, this time spawning as the purple Protoss down in the bottom left position, against coLCatZ up in the top left, the yellow Zerg himself. So game number 1 was unique. It was very unique, very fun to watch. I think that Shu probably could have pushed that aerial superiority a little bit more there in the beginning part of the match. If he had just made a couple Phoenix and then send them all in together, picked up the queens, I think that he would have been able to be a little bit better off there. And I'm not really sure if he was as aggressive as he could have been. The Zerg player really just kind of expanded and expanded and expanded, and ultimately that led to what we saw in the last game, which is that Shu is currently down 1-0 against Katz here in the round of 16. Now, the grand prize for this tournament is $250, and both of the players that make it to the grand finals will receive, I think it's a killer 2100 Gaming Network card. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff there. And we are going to be watching this game take place on Tal'Darim Altar, which I would think it's kind of funny that all the debris sits on top of the creep. I don't know why that pops into my head, but yeah, I'm not going to really go over too much about the maps. You guys should know this one by now. And actually, speaking of maps, Season 3 is coming out pretty soon for the ladder. Might actually do a review of those maps. I think that would actually be a really good time for me to do that video I was talking about, where I just go over all of the maps at once and have it have links at the bottom of the video that show each one. I think once Season 3 comes out, I'll do that, so that way I don't have to redo it again, in a week from now. But anyways, yeah, let's actually watch the game here. You can see both players are out scouting across the map. Actually, it's kind of interesting. Shu deciding to send 2 probes to scout, not just 1. And over here, you see he did decide to go expanding Forge first. No gateway currently. I believe he's actually saving up money for the expansion, so we can probably expect to see him send over a probe in just a second or two to drop that down here. Or maybe not. I don't know what he's doing. Just saw a command go down there. But, yep, hatchery is looking good. Oh, what are you doing there, Mr. Shu? Oh. I think Katz did that on purpose. I think he actually put the drone on the side just to show that it was not going to work. And Katz does have a drone hanging out down here. I'll wait and see what he's going to be doing with that. In the meantime, expansion has gone down. And, oh, alright, well, Katz, known for his unique strategies, is indeed going to be dropping a hatchery, which, lucky for Shu, he's going to scout that out. I mean, he could have dropped that pylon. If he had dropped that like 2 minutes from now, then this would be turning out completely differently. But now Shu knows it's there. So we'll watch and see what exactly he's going to do. He has a couple probes heading up to it right now. Obviously, 2 probes, not going to be enough. So you see he's actually having to dedicate a lot of probes to this. Look at the income difference now. You could see that Zerg has almost double the mineral income. Almost. Plus, he's got the gas there, Protoss not having any of that, as he is trying to wall off here and build up an expansion while dealing with a hatchery in the base. Now that he's taken this down a good bit, he's going to be able to take some of those probes back. Of course, the cannon here is going to be just about completed as well. Here comes a couple of Zerglings now. He's hoping to maybe take out some of these probes, at least that would be my line of thinking here. But with that cannon there, of course, he is going to lose 2 Zerglings, and he has actually gotten them into the base, so he'll probably get in here and do a little bit of damage to the probes, but not a ton. But the hatchery is complete now. It's got some larvae there, so we'll wait and see what he does with that. Of course, when that hatchery explodes, the little broodlings are going to pop out there, do some damage to those probes if they aren't run away. So, of course, now you see we're good to go here. That cannon's going to be going down pretty quickly, and now 2 roaches are being... Oh, okay, this is the in-base proxy hatchery roach play. Yes, I say with complete certainty in my voice. No confusion whatsoever. No, I seriously think that's a very hilarious thing for cats to do, though. And you see that roach popped off just before its egg was taken down. And looking at the income now, you could see 28 to 27. And with 2 roaches in your mineral line, not a good thing here. So Shew so far not able to really have a stable amount of early game income. Loses several probes. You could see 2 kills there, 1 on the other. So 3 total for the Roach invasion army. Of course, you look up here, there's no cannons, nothing of that sort. There is one right down here. The first unit is on the way. A Stalker, very good choice, can outrange the Roaches. But you see with 2 of them, though, it's still going to be a little bit of a problem. And it looks like he's actually going to be forced to take off those probes. We can see the effect of the income again dropping down there, but this will actually be for a much shorter amount of time as Shew is able to wrap up this Roach attack. Total losses so far, 950 to 600 in this game. Income, of course, you could see that Protoss definitely was down and out for a little bit there. Zerg is sitting in pretty darn good spot, and he's going to go ahead and drop a couple spine crawlers as he's actually working on coLCatZ right now as he's going into Tier 2. He's going to be sitting on a ton of gas. Of course, he does have the Roach Horn, so he may decide to throw some of those down as a defensive supplement here to try to keep the Protoss from running by the spine crawlers. But, you know, he could easily just drop a couple structures right here, expand the creep out a tiny bit. But looking at the Protoss, I think that KatZ knows the Protoss is not going to be a serious threat, at least for the time being, because of the fact that he came down here with those Roaches. Not only did he do economic harassment, but he forced the Protoss player to commit some extra resources up here. Number 1, lost mining time on the probes. Number 2, dropping a cannon. And, of course, attention down here as well. And now he's dedicated a lot of probing to get this expansion up, a lot of infrastructure here to get his wall going. Until he's really KatZ knows that his opponent does not have a lot to work with in terms of an actual mobile force. So here we see a Spire is going down, so that could be where that gas is going towards. He has been mining out of all 4 geysers for quite some time now. And looking over here, we do have a drone heading over here. This might actually be looking to drop a hatchery. Yes, it is. You can see the outline of it right there, ready to go. Just a second, and boom, see that? Meanwhile, a Zergling coming down here to probably head over, looks like the backside, check out this expansion, and then maybe decide to kamikaze up here. But we can look at the units tab, and we see still the Protoss player not a threat. 2 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, and the Twilight Council has gone down. So you can see that right there. Twilight, not Toilet Council. It's a Toilet Council. It's a member of 6 leading porcelain figureheads. No, but seriously, we do have the Spire just about complete. Infestation Pit going down. Actually, the Spire is complete. And 9 Mutalisks are on the way. So he is going to have quite the harassment for us here. Weapons 1 for the Mutas and Corruptors going to be coming in just a moment or two. So he... Actually, this is a really, really smart choice, I think, because of the fact that these expansions are pretty close, and if you look over here, it is pretty susceptible to that Muta harassment. He knows so far that a lot of the defense has gone towards cannons. You can see that right there. One over here, so we can easily get past those. He knows that there's only 1 cannon right here. So he might, maybe he's banking on the Protoss player building some up here. Of course, you look over here, no cannons, no defenses. There are some units here ready to do some damage, but oh man, 1 Sentry goes down. No Mutas have been lost so far. So the Zerg player sees that cannon. He might actually decide, oh wow, very smart move here. You see what KatZ is doing. He showed himself to the cannon and then made him look like he was going to avoid it and continue going around, but then he double backed, started taking out those probes. Very, very smart move here by KatZ as he has taken out another Stalker before he's even able to finish warping in and get away. And now you can see the results of that. Look at that. Protoss now forced to shift a lot of his probes back over here, now doubling back all this lost mining time. You can see it's really starting to add up. 43 to 60 right now. Of course, the Zerg player, he is continuing to... he's continuing to drone up over here while dedicating these other 2 hatcheries here to pretty much just getting defensive units, Zerglings. We have the Mutas still coming to hang around. Not a lot can be done at this point. You know, Shew is obviously well aware of the harassment capabilities. Blink, very, very good decision on Shew's part. This will actually let him get around very quickly right here, as the Zerg player might decide to go in again to the mineral line. He has several Mutas here. I think he lost 1 or 2 of them so far total. We can actually just see the total units lost there. But, yep, actually, 26 workers killed. That's what I'm talking about, man. That is harassment at its finest right there. 29 to 0 as the Mutas are actually doing some pretty significant damage there. The bouncing around, the glaive worms just doing their thing, taking out a lot of those probes, and of course the Mutas there actually pretty dinged up. But as far as the actual army goes, 78 to 134. You can see that Zerg is unfortunately supply blocked, but we'll see him probably change that in just a moment or two, as he does have 5 roaches on the way. I think it's a very good call to get another hatchery going here, taking this expansion. Definitely has a little bit of money and gas built up, sitting around 142 supply right now, as the Protoss is currently supply blocked at 84 supply. He just cannot get his economy going. He's having to dedicate all this money to stalkers, and you see he's got hallucination on there, probably maybe hoping to help his army last just a little bit longer here, maybe going for an attack in a little while. I don't know. But I think one thing I want to point out here, lots of Zerglings, lots of roaches, lots of infestors, actually only 5 of them, but still, the amount of fungals that can be had there are plenty in number. And of course, he's going for that neural parasite upgrade as well, so we can expect to see some more mind control action here in the coming moments in this game. As we get ready to go past the 15-minute mark, oh wow, looks like he's actually going to be trying to take out his, I think he might be able to get out of that if he decides to try it, but he is going to go ahead and throw down a second cybernetics core over here right next to the pylon and destroy his first one, cutting down in the Stalker production for just a moment or two. You can see both players actually sitting pretty high in the money right now. Actually, Zerg sitting pretty consistently around 500, 600 so far. But, I mean, he's supply blocked now, so, I mean, what's he going to do, right? He could always just decide to throw his army over there and rebuild it again. You see, he can probably stand to throw down another hatchery or two. He's going for triple upgrades, though. A third evolution chamber going down right now, and a Hydralisk den. You see, he is just pulling out all the stops here as the Protoss player is deciding to go ahead and attack. You see, he doesn't have any artillery like the Colossi or the Immortals. Oh, he's got a bunch of support units, the Sentries, some Stalkers there, and he's really hoping that he's going to be able to pull something off. But you look at the army, 107 to 197. I mean, really, how well for the Protoss can this possibly go? You can see his forces have been bolstered by the addition of the hallucinations, but a lot of them are actually in the back. Not going to be doing a lot of good, so you're going to see this firepower taken out right here. Perfect place for fungals. You see one of them hits right there. I don't see any neural parasites, but still, this army is just being annihilated by the roaches, the infestors, and that's pretty much just going to be it. There's the GG. Sure enough, Shew just not able to hold up against katz's very, very strong Zerg play. So, now we have concluded game number 2 here on Tal'Darim Altar. I'm going to put up as many games as I can from this pack here. Unfortunately, I don't have all the replays, but I do have a line of them up through the Grand Finals. So I'm going to be posting the Grand Finals over at SK Gaming, and the rest of them I'm going to be dumping here for your enjoyment, because they're actually some pretty fun matches. All right, that's all I've got for this game. Thank you for watching, and did you know that this can of Dust Destroyer actually has a PSA on it? Misuse by deliberately concentrating and inhaling contents may be harmful or fatal. Please do not mix with cheese.